Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be showcasing off the brand new Firewall Defensor and another Link monster that will come out very soon. So what is the new build with a Cyberese? It's kind of like a Cyberese deck, but it can be kind of a Firewall deck too. So what's the new card do? So Defensor is actually one of the key components to the actual new setup here. So what does it do? It allows you to have a stepping stone that's a phenomenal target. So the Mathmech player ends on Final Sigma and then Magma, and he's got a Billion Blade. So basically he's going to be able to reoccur like an extra card all over the board. And they're kind of like boss monsters, which is kind of like the go-to play for them. So it's like an established board. But Defensor lets you bring out any Firewall monster from your entire deck as long as it's used as material for a Cyberese monster, but you can only go for Cyberese monsters for the rest of the turn. Pretty much if you're special summoning. So that's like the downside of it. But there's really not that much of a downside because a lot of stuff will limit you to Cyberese anyways in the whole archetype. So, Defensor will then bring out an extra card. Plus, it has a bonus effect. If a Firewall monster you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish it from your graveyard instead. So not only does it give you an extra card when you use it for material, but then it protects your stuff. Now we're going to be seeing a brand new Link monster come out. He's supposed to be able to get a bonus effect off of Radiator, but it doesn't really matter because this card would actually be destroyed. He can't really do anything with his Final Sigma, as you'll see. It'll just be like, nope. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day over here. So he's going to go ahead and activate that Guardian, get some extra free advantage. Then he's going to go for Scripton by banishing another card out of his grave. Now we're going to see a new card coming out very soon. So this card is already pretty good. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it. It's like the ultimate boss monster. It's a Link 6. So this is the Arrival Cyberese at Ignister. So it has pretty good stats, and then on top of it, the effect is once per you target another monster on the field, destroy it, and then you just summon a Cyberese token, which could actually be a bad thing depending on what you're leaving up on the board. But it's actually unaffected by other card effects. But to make it even stronger, you're gonna actually see this new card called the Protect Code Talker. So this is a Link 3, and it requires 2 effect monsters, and it says if your opponent cannot target Link 4 or higher Link monster you control with card effects, which I guess this would be it. But on top of that, because it needs to be better than that, it cannot be destroyed by battle, because otherwise, obviously Mathmech can just crash right into it, because that's what it does. When you use one of the other cards, you'll see it in a second here, it brings back the other card, it's the equation, and then it gains 1,000 attack, right? So that's how we would be able to have the same amount of attack. So let's go ahead and have it continue now that you understand these effects, because it's going to go by quite fast. So he gets a token, he's going to get some extra card, he goes for a Mathmech equation. I mean, that's basically what the deck does. Now, he opts to use this Billion Blade over here. And he activates the Prohibit Snake. So he now knows he has Prohibit Snake, which lets him bounce it back to his hand. So Sigma going to be getting that bonus. Basically, all this deck will do is throw out one giant boss monster with 4,000. He attacks, and he's going to go ahead and pass. So at this point, he's actually prevented his opponent from doing any card effects. It can't be destroyed by battle. He goes ahead, and now this card is actually getting a small little boost over here, which is kind of nice for him. So Circular going to be activating its effect, going for Equation. He goes for the Magma. So Magma attacking this, he would have this effect that would actually be pretty good. So giving him the token kind of actually hurt him in a sense, but technically he can attack over this one. Anyway, so if you really wanted to get rid of it, that was his option. And then he goes ahead and makes double Sigmas. Why didn't he attack into it when he had 4,000? Well, Prohibit Snake is there. I guess you didn't want to lose out on that. So he's able to pop that card, and then he's going to go ahead and go for the Super Factorial. He's basically exhausted all of his equations at this moment, but again, he doesn't want to attack because Prohibit Snake is actually there. So he's kind of in this bad situation where now he's like, okay, I'll attack. Well, it's going to get Prohibit Snake. He knew he had that card. He targets it. I don't know why. He's probably at this point thinking I don't know what to do, because usually once Mathmech players use all of their equations, the deck doesn't really go too well, especially if you already made Final Sigma. And what is Final Sigma going to do against Prohibit Snake, which basically re-adds itself? It's kind of an annoying card, and if you don't know what you're doing, you could really run into problems where your opponent just keeps on looping this card, because this card is actually pretty good. You'll see it come back again and again, and it can get pretty annoying. So you can see he's just going to go ahead and re-add back Prohibit Snake. So the new card is actually pretty good. Remember, he still has that other Firewall card in case he wants to go ahead and protect his other cards if he does make another Firewall card. But it's looking like it's actually pretty decent if you are interested in a very boss monster variant deck. But big shout out to T-Swift for this build. Let me go give you guys the deck profile for this build over here. So pretty much the new cards in here, there's technically this card isn't out yet, the Neo Tempest Terahertz, it is the Link 5, but this one is just overall much better. So the main highlights are basically the Protect Code Talker, so you have more stepping stones with the brand new Firewall Defensor. It is just one card, but sometimes all it takes is like one card to make a deck completely different, and adding the extra stepping stone I think will really round off this deck. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and mouse over the cards real quick just in case any of you guys do want to go ahead and build the deck yourself. So we also have the Dark Ruler no more. I mean, you guys already probably know what that card does, but if you go second, I would say that this deck could definitely have some problems. I mean, even in that situation against Mathnex basically throw up a giant boss monster and you have to get over their card, but he reversed his opponent over here by making this card and was like, what are you going to do against my snake? And the opponent really didn't have too many outs because that card just keeps on reoccurring. And on top of that, the Protect Code Talker could activate as another layer of defense to this card, which I don't know if it even needs more. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn the bell if you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh videos in the future of new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.